guys, my name's Karl and welcome to Golden Studios. Today we're going to be talking about the CAGED system and how you use it to play chords up and down the fretboard. Right, let's jump straight into it. So you need to know your 5 basic major open chord shapes, which are C, A, G, E and D. And you'll notice that spells out CAGED. This is very important, especially the order. Next up, we need to work out a way that we can move each of these shapes up and down the fretboard so we can play in every single key. So first up, let's take the C shape. So we need to work out how to play this all the way up the fretboard. If we move up one, something doesn't sound right because we need to recreate the nut. So what we're going to do is put our first finger on the first fret and we want to bar the bottom 4 just so it gives you a good anchor point. And then you want to actually then play the C shape 1 fret up. So you're recreating it with your 2nd, 3rd and 4th finger. This might feel very weird at first. And there you go. You now have your C shape upper fret, which now makes it a C sharp or D flat major chord. So you can keep going up the fretboard. So C sharp, D flat, D. So the same as that. So you've got your D chord there, and you can play it there now. Go up again, D sharp, E flat, E, F, F sharp, G flat, G, G sharp, A flat, A sharp, B flat, B, C. And you're back to the octave again. So you've got the C here, C here. And you can go obviously all the way up and down the fretboard. That's now giving you a different shape to play for every single major chord. So if someone said to you, oh, play me an E major, you find the root, which is there, and you've got an E major shape for the C shape. And it gives you a slightly different sound because of the way that all the notes are arranged for different shapes. This leads me on to something else that's very important. You need to make sure you learn where all the root notes are for all these different shapes. And of course you need to learn all the different string names and where the notes are on the frets. So you've obviously got your E, A, D, G, B, E. This is very important. Spend some time learning where notes are on the fretboard because in the long run it will help you out so much, trust me. Okay, so going back to the shapes, knowing the root note for the C shape would be on the 3rd fret of the A string, which is a C. That's how you know that is a C chord. If I moved it up to 10th fret, I know the 10th fret on the A string is a G, so that's a G chord. And the same as that, but in a different position. Right, let's move on to the A shape. Let's move that up 1 fret again like we did with the C. Sounds okay, but it's not right. Once again, we want to bar our first finger on the 1st fret and from the A string to the high E. And then you want to recreate your A shape with your 2nd, 3rd and 4th fingers. And now we have a B flat chord. B flat major to be precise. And then once again, we can now move this up and down the fretboard. So like I said earlier, I know the 10th fret is a G, so I can play the A shape up here and it's actually a G major. So you now have a new chord shape to play all over the fretboard. Moving on to the G shape. This one's a bit trickier, so we're going to move it up a fret. Sounds pretty awful. Once again, let's bar the 1st string and you got a bar from the A string down again to the high E string. And you're recreating that G shape 1 fret up. It's basically like having a capo, but you're recreating it with your fingers. And once again, there we go. So we've got G sharp, A flat, A sharp, B flat, B, C. You get the idea. You get all at the top. you're back to the octave there. That's probably my least favourite of all the shapes, but it's still quite useful. Right, now on to the E shape. Oh, Spanido. But it's not right. So once again, bar your first finger on the first fret, and then you want to recreate that E shape. And you'll notice this actually if you're learning your basic chords anyway. This is F bar shape, but you can do this shape for everything. This is one of the most handy shapes. So that F shape is actually taken from the E shape. So F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. And once again, until you get all the way up to here, the 12th fret, and you're starting again, you've got the E major an octave up. And finally, we've got our D shape. So move that up one. Something's not right. Again, obviously, once again, we want to bar on the first fret from the D string to the high E, and then recreate your D shape a fret up. Like all these shapes, you're going to be moving your fingers slightly differently than you probably have ever done before. You will get used to this, and it is worth spending some time doing this. So we've now got a D sharp or an E flat. Move up one, we've got an E. And obviously before we were playing the E major shape. And you can go all the way up the fretboard again until you reach the 12th fret where you've got the octave. So that's how you make your 5 basic major shapes move up the fretboard. The next step is that you want to take these 5 shapes you've now learned and connect them all via the root note. So let's do this in the key of D, and we're going to take the C shape first. And I know that the root note for D is going to be on the 5th fret on the A string. So that's your first shape. So spelling out CAGED, that's the C shape for D. The next one will be A. So we want to take that same root note here. I know that's D. Then we want to play the A shape. So you see how that's connecting together. So the next shape after A would be the G shape. And the way you know to connect these, like I said, was the root. And the root for the G shape is on the E string, which is here. And it's on the 10th fret. So what happens here is I'm going to move to there. And you'll notice that it's still connecting the end of that A shape. So we've got the 3 shapes connecting so far. C, A, G. The next one's a lot easier, so the E shape, I know that's the root for that is going to be on the E string, the low E. So we're going to go there, and then we're going to play our E shape. Right, so our next shape is going to be the E shape, and the root for the E shape is on the low E string, which we already have here for the G shape. So we can go up here and play our E shape. That was easy, right? Our final shape would be D shape, and that is on the D string actually. And we can then play our D shape. This is why it's so important for you to learn the names of the strings and where all the notes are on the fretboard. So there we've got the 5 shapes connecting. C, A, G, E, and D. And you can continue up. So from here, the root is actually another root on my pinky here, and that's connecting to the C shape that completes the pattern again. And you could keep going up the fretboard A. So CAGED repeats, it goes forward or backwards. So a great way you could practice these is maybe go through the circle of fifths and then play in every key. I don't know, so you want to take the G. You could start from any of the shapes. Let's start from the G shape because there's a G. The next shape would be the E. And then the D. Then back to your C would start with. I hope you guys are excited as I was when I first discovered how this works. I want to tell you a few reasons why this is incredible. It allows you to play in one position. So let's say I want to play around here. I don't have to jump everywhere to play different chords. I can go like this. And that's only using major chords. You can learn all the minor ones, and you've got minor, you've got diminished, you've got half diminished, you've got fully diminished, you've got minor nines, major 11s, major 9, sharp 11. Oh, the chords are endless. This actually moves on to my new book series. I've released the Ultimate Guitar series, and I've got the Ultimate Guitar Scales, Chords, and arpeggios books. And what this does is it takes all these shapes. So you've got every single chord you'll ever need to know. All the shapes are in there. And it just will blow your mind, honestly, once you unlock the fretboard. There's so many beautiful chords to learn. So what have we got? We've got major 7, major 9s. You've got your like altered chords. Oh, the add 9 kind of stuff. They're beautiful. And your sus chords. And you can learn these all the way up the fretboard, up and down. It's not as hard as you think, honestly. That's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below. Big thanks to these guys on my Patrons. They support me for $5 or more, and in return they get access to backing tracks and tabs. I truly appreciate all the support. Thank you so much. There's also links to my brand new books in the description below, or you can get my merch if you want to support my channel. Thank you so much. I'll see you for another video very soon.